outside of the state, you don't have much to worry about with the squall line at the current time. Your main concern right now will be to watch those pop-up cells out ahead of the squall line, because they can and will produce slightly gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour if they go severe, and or 1 to 1.5 inch diameter hail.
Okay, there we go. Okay, guys, we're back on here. I had to reset my computer. Okay, right now there's a warning for a piece of Cass County, but not much. So, yeah.
Now,
It is getting darker outside. In a few minutes, it got darker out. But nothing severe right now. There is a heat advisory. That's it. But weather radios are deltaing for Cass County because I'm about 10 miles from the county line. So that's why.
All these storms are not surface-based; they're elevated in nature, so higher up in the atmosphere, and it's causing these storms to not reach their full potential while they're on Lake Michigan.
So right now we got storms right now near us, but not exactly on us yet. Okay, they issued a warning from Muskegon County, Michigan as well. That's about it.
Anything over 1,000 is sufficient enough for severe weather.
If we get rain, you guys will know about it. We're going to be on until we lose power. We also have some Florida wind shear out there. The level jet kind of screaming through the state. Yeah, I'm going to look through some stuff real quick.
Tomorrow's will be a lot more impressive, but tonight's is efficient enough to produce 60 to 75 mile per hour winds. And you could have a couple instances of destructive winds of 80 miles per hour as we
We'll stay until we lose power. If we lose power, start in advance.
Thunderstorm watch. This watch is in effect for a multitude of counties. Go ahead and turn these on right now.
SQL.
Take a zoomed out view. So
Yep, you see if we can find an SQL video. Any new SQLs.
Those are your severe thunderstorm watch boxes. So 8 counties.
Close it. Close. I don't.
Are severe thunderstorm warnings. So remember the difference.
Okay, there's 2 new ones, I think.
Watch means conditions are favorable in the coming minutes to coming hours for development of severe
No,
weather.
that's a month ago.
It's not
Okay.
happening yet, but you need to be on alert. You need to be watching out. Warning means, oh no, it's happening. Or it's
Warning
not
to take
happening
cover.
necessarily when the storm does arrive to you.
We got a warning, don't we? Yeah, but not in my area. It's part Cass County.
In your neck of the woods. So right now we have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for Mason, Oceana, and Muskegon County as the swell line pushes towards the lakeshore. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning for Berrien County in a fraction of Cass County in southwest Michigan. All of these are your general severe thunderstorm warnings, level 1.
Yeah, there you have Cass. So it's
Penny-sized hail.
punching Cass. Yep.
Also the severe thunderstorm warning to the south.
Cars in the garage. We're good.
Nickel-sized hail. So around 3/4 of an inch to 0.9 inches diameter.
It is getting darker outside.
Also notice all up and down Lake Michigan right now, a bunch of blue boxes on the screen. Those are your special marine warnings, which are the equivalent of a severe thunderstorm warning on the waters. No one should be out boating right now, especially if you have small craft. Definitely taking shelter in the safe
Are
harbor.
we really going to be shooting each other with these?
It's either shoot or get shot.
And these special weather statements extend all the way down
Agatha!
from
There's a
Virginia City
Mm.
all the way north to the Grand Traverse Bay. So it's essentially the entirety of Lake Michigan, with the exception of the Beaver Island area
Mm.
in northern Lake Michigan.
Right now it is 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
The moon is still ascending.
Okay. Do you want to go into detail about that, Ryan? Or Jen? Sorry.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we launched a weather balloon this evening here from our headquarters, and the point is to see what the
So 3 Rivers area.
why. The point is to see what the atmosphere is doing, and when we launch a weather balloon, it gives us a real-time look at atmospheric conditions as we go further through the layers
Okay.
of the atmosphere.
Thunderstorm warning for Benzine County, Manistee County until 7. Blah, blah, blah,
We'll
blah,
use
blah.
those numbers
Okay.
to figure out
That's higher up.
Conducive for this type of severe weather or a different type of severe weather, and gives us a nice in-depth look at what we can expect throughout the rest of the evening.
Yeah, watch out.
And what's nice is the National Weather Service releases these weather balloons as well. However, they're limited to 2 so you can watch kind of in these outside.
The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Van Buren County in southwestern Michigan, Allegan County in southwestern Michigan, Ottawa County in southwestern.
Okay, the Marion County's not under warning. It sounds like.
And Manistee County, the entirety of both counties until 7:15 p.m. At 6 o'clock, severe thunderstorms will
Says the U.S. will be attacking Iran very hard. Speaking from the Oval.
9 miles west of London.
Okay, Van Buren County is under warning now.
At 40 miles per hour. Main hazard is 60 miles per
Well,
hour.
right now we're still good right now, guys. So it doesn't really matter. We should do the counseling.
Thunderstorms will be into the Manistee, Mekima, Frankfurt, Beulah areas.
Oh, we're fine right now, guys.
20 p.m. and 6:40. Oh, we have Kokesh, Platte
Cities
Township,
or its leaders. NBC's Richard Engel reporting.
6:40,
Iran.
7 o'clock. There's also a lot of other cities that can list off here. But again, it sounds like it's going to be between 6:20 and 7 o'clock for arrival time in Benzie and Manistee counties. We also have a new city.
Van Buren, Allegan counties,
Down here to the south, so now the entire Lake Michigan shoreline is severe thunderstorm warning.
and also in our part of Cass County.
This is a severe thunderstorm warning for Van Buren County, Allegan County, and Ottawa County until 7 p.m. At 6:01, severe thunderstorms were also located offshore, 13 miles west of Roosevelt Park to 8 miles west of Lake Michigan Beach. Moving on these storms is 65 miles per hour. The hazard is 60 mile-per-hour wind gusts and heavy-sized hail. If you are in anywhere in Ottawa County, Allegan County, or Van Buren County, this severe thunderstorm warning does include you between now and 7 p.m. So movement's starting to pick up a little bit.
Ooh, we got some reds and greens in there.
They are in Lake Michigan.
A little bit of red and green showing up.
But hindering its full potential right now. But once these line of storms moves on shore, we'll start to tap into that unused potential there that we kind of see bubble up all day. You guys have noticed, especially when you walk out the door from the AC to the heat, it hits you at full force, and that heat is going to translate into these storms tonight. So we got to be careful and be mindful of the gusty winds moving in, as that will be the main hazard with this line. At the current time,
Wind's starting to blow now outside our studios.
but damaging winds are still dangerous nonetheless. Often straight line.
I want to say this again. We might lose power later on tonight. If we lose power, sorry in advance. If we have to, we do have cameras on backup power if we need to use them.
Sorry, Joel, I'm rolling through Messenger, talking to a bunch of people, trying to get them all caught up. So, while still checking the balloon,
Wow, he's-
while also getting the graphics on the page.
Good chunk of Michigan is now on this warning. Heat advisory until 8 tonight for the okay. Heat warning, heat advisory for Cass and St. Joseph counties until 8 o'clock tonight. Part of Cass County, Van Buren County, Berrien County, Allegan County are under severe thunderstorm warnings until further notice. I know where I'm at.
Current time, the only county that has severe thunderstorm warning. I say only likely because there's about 10 of them. Darien, portions of Cass, Van Buren, Allegan, Ottawa, Muskegon, Oceana, Mason, Manistee, and Benson counties. Again, all in effect between now and 7 to 7:15 p.m.
Okay, there's been
So over the next hour to hour 15, these storms will be rolling through those counties I just mentioned. Up next, we call it on deck here. We use baseball terms. On deck, Cass, Kalamazoo, Berry, Kent, Newaygo, Lake, Wexford, Traverse City, and Leelanau. That will be closer to the 8 o'clock time frame. That's a reminder for those who don't follow us on social media. Good idea to do so because we do also put forecast graphics out. We do have a timing map out. So if you're curious about the timing for tonight, that is on our social media page. You can find it on our X account, Instagram account, or Facebook account. Highly recommend that you guys follow us on our
I like you guys a piece of my mind.
at MI Storm Chasers. And that will give you guys kind of a good idea of what to expect with this first squall line this evening as it moves across the state between now and 11 p.m.
If I knew where part 3 was lived in, I'd give you a piece of my mind.
Taking a look back at the gusty wind.
Ooh, near heart.
To determine further to the north, I actually
Something near heart. There's something outside heart near your heart.
software and hope and pray this doesn't lag out my computer like it was doing yesterday.
Well, you guys live over here, so you guys have problems. If you live in 3 rivers, you have problems.
I just noticed that these storms are heading towards our Lovington.
It looks like just touching. It's outside heart right now.
I'll get them both on my end too.
Okay, it's outside heart now. It's touching part of. Looks like it's touching part of Berrien County, according to what they're showing it now. It is getting darker outside, and it's only 6 o'clock.
Check 1, 2.
Joel, take my video. You're going to want to see this. This is a beautiful shuttle cloud moving into Ludington, courtesy of Ludington Area JC's Mini Golf.
Wow,
Beauty.
that is scary.
Holy cow. We'll see how strong the winds are here as well as we get
Measure
look at the trees. Yeah, yep.
Might want to get the
Winds
generator.
just underneath the shell cloud here as well, so we should find out in a matter of a few seconds here.
Okay.
Warning for northwestern Elkhart County, Indiana, northeastern St. Joseph County, Indiana, Cass County in southwestern Michigan, northwestern St. Joseph County in southwestern Michigan, southeastern Berrien County in southwestern Michigan.
As you can see, there is no precipitation in any of these orange boxes yet across southwest Michigan. So they are warning one.
The National Weather Service in northern
My county,
Indiana has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Elkhart County, Indiana, northeastern St. Joseph County, Indiana, Cass County in southwestern Michigan, northwestern St. Joseph County in southwestern Michigan, southeastern Berrien County in southwestern Michigan, until 6:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 6:07 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along the line extending from Coloma to near Buchanan to near Westville, moving east at 60 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Wind gusts are occurring several miles ahead of the line of thunderstorms. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include South Bend, Elkhart, Mishawaka, Niles, Villachek, Simonton Lake, Granger, Osceola, Cassopolis, Edwardsburg, Marcellus, Roseland, Union, Bertrand, Brookhaven, Penn, Flowerfield, Vandalia, Indian Village, and Magician Lake. This includes Interstate 80 in Indiana between mile markers 72 and 96. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Wind damage with these storms will occur before any rain or lightning. Do not wait for the sound of thunder before taking cover. Seek shelter immediately inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 6:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the following counties in Indiana, Elkhart, and St. Joseph, and the following counties in Michigan, Berrien, Cass, and St. Joseph.
You're also noticing on our velocity radar there is a lot of blue there, and that blue is signifying some 60 mile per hour gusts.
Wow.
We'll see as this line gets closer to the radar site, we're able to kind of see those that ground truth.
I hope we get to watch Jeopardy tonight.
If you guys missed it, there was 80 to 90 mile per hour winds on radar very close to the south side of Chicago with this line. It's gone away, weakened a little bit. But again, potential is there for some considerable to destructive severe winds this evening. Those are the exact words that are used in a situation like this. I'll take a look at the wind right now.
So we just got issued a warning. They're saying Union, which is Union Cass County, Porter Township. So that's near, it's on US 12.
bring back my favorite word, Joel. Fingerlinked.
Oh, fingerlings? Yeah, on the edge of the shelf valve there, you can see it, left edge. Yeah, this is actually verifying our severe wind right now. We have a
Back in a second.
Ryan or Chandler, I don't know if you want to post that real quick. Text post it. 63.3 mile per hour gust confirmed at the ASOS station in Benton Harbor with this line. As a reminder, 60 mile per hour winds is the threshold for severe. And we are seeing that right now, verifying in real time in the St. Joseph and Benton Harbor area in Berrien County. We have all of these counties to cover across the state. Right now, all of our severe warnings are in the lower peninsula. However, we would not be surprised if cold do pop up in the upper peninsula as the squall line actually extends from, you can see the entire radar, Missouri, through Lake Michigan, all the way up in the upper peninsula, and onto Lake Superior. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the radar station since they're kind of cluttering the screen there. There we go.
I did post that, Joel, for you.
Appreciate it. Our time is 6:13 p.m. I'm Chief Meteorologist Joel Fritzma, alongside
6:14.
Operations Chandler, also our Growth Director here at Michigan Storm Chasers. We're going to be live until these warnings are done this evening, and that may not be for another 4 to 5 hours. So strap in with us. We've got you covered from beginning to end as this line of wind moves through the state. Gusts tonight could be in the ballpark of 60 to 70 miles per hour with isolated damaging wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour, which could result in a couple of considerable and destructive severe thunderstorm warnings to be issued. As a teaching moment for you guys, there's 3 different levels of severe thunderstorm warning right now, as you can see on the screen. You're just seeing the base severe thunderstorm warning for 60 mile per hour winds. Considerable starts at 70 mile per hour winds, and destructive starts at 80 mile per hour winds. So we'll see different levels of severe thunderstorm warnings likely this evening as this line pushes across the state. But at the current time, we're dealing with just 60 mile per hour winds. Again, don't use just lightly, because 60 mile per hour winds can still bring down a decent amount of trees. So if you're in any of these orange boxes right now, time to be taking shelter is now. And as a friendly reminder, the winds may precede the precipitation. We're seeing that right now in Berrien County, in Cass County. We just had that 63.3 mile per hour gust in Benton Harbor.
Wow.
It was 5 minutes prior to the precipitation even arriving. So this squall line has an outflow boundary on it. And the outflow boundary is the provider of winds. You're in Cass County. This boundary is just about to enter Cass County, hence why there is a severe thunderstorm warning for Cass County, extending all the way over into portions of St. Joseph County, well in advance of the precipitation.
Also us.
Check 1, 2. The microphone on my end is completely fine. Chandler, feel free to test your mic as well, if you can.
Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8.
Yeah, that's coming through pretty well on both of our ends.
Okay. We're
I'll turn mine up by 2 decibels. Wow, 2 decibels. By saying that opposite. If I turn it up too high, you're gonna start hearing background noise. It's like my computer home.
okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Our velocity radar here. We'll take a look at our gusty winds and the concern right now, primarily for wind maybe exceeding 60 miles per hour, would be this stretch of Van Buren, Allegan.
Well, I mean, I would love to be right now. I would love to do it right now, but I can't.
In this line versus places north. Now, granted, again, with the radar beam, Earth's curvature, the beam is continuously going higher and higher in the atmosphere, and so it's overshooting stuff lower to the surface. So you got to be careful, kind of using velocity the further away you go from the radar site, which is located in Grand Rapids. So if you're in Oceana, Mason, and Muskegon counties right now, let us know what you guys are seeing in terms of wind. And that truth is needed to continue the severe thunderstorm warnings to the east, which would be Lake, Newaygo, Kent counties up next. You go further north up here to Madison and Benzie County. Up next would be Leelanau, Grand Traverse County, and Wexford County.
Okay, there's something. There's a little bit.
Continue to monitor a couple of supercells.
Perry,
Supercells, of course, in the
St.
Iona
John's.
County region. There's a little bit of spin out there at the current time that we are watching. So you got to be mindful. These prefrontal cells could produce a little bit of wind and hail prior to the squall line.
Yay! We're gonna get off this. Good news, guys. Channel 3 is doing it. Give me 1 minute, guys. We're gonna change over to channel. Yay! Channel 3 is doing it, so we're gonna go to channel 3. Give me 1 minute, guys. We're gonna leave Michigan Storm Chasers and go to channel 3.
You have multiple ways that you guys can send in damage.
Yep. I'll go to channel 3 because I don't like watching you guys. You guys are, no offense, you guys are basically 3-overs, but you guys need to get your act together. No offense, I prefer channel 3. They got their act together. So does Ryan. You guys do not. WW. Here we go. We're live. Look at it live.
However, the ingredients aren't going to be there for more potent severe storms that we're seeing next few hours. So as we look at our weather meter, this is just kind of factoring in that humidity that we saw today. It's going to continue tomorrow. That's what cool night next round is supposed tomorrow night. By Friday and Saturday, a big drop.
Channel 3's on. How long has it been for? No, I don't care.
Refreshing as far as that feels like overall feel to the atmosphere. For tomorrow, that air temperature getting up into the middle to upper 80s, possibly going.
Have you stay on because I prefer channel 3.
Yet again in the middle 90s.
Ooh, yep, they changed it for tomorrow. Orange for tomorrow.
Of course, that line that we're tracking now, that's the big story for now. But tomorrow night, wonder even higher threat to the a level 3 of 5 risk. And with this, similar timing, about 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. is our window.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. The energy wind gusts at the upper limit tomorrow, including forces to possibly 75 plus miles per hour, which would be significant and just numerous severe thunderstorm warnings. That's again expected. Here's the thing though, there's a little bit more shear, a little bit more wind dynamics in play tomorrow. That could also lead to a isolated tornado or some hail. Overall, jump ahead to the Sunday forecast here. So another weather alert day for tomorrow into the weekend. More spotty storms possible late Saturday into Sunday. Those not expected to be severe. As we go into next week, some much more refreshing temperatures.
Anytime coming out of Fire Keepers Casino Hotel Championship confirms what the attendees can expect to see. Next up.
All right, so we're on Facebook Live over here, gentlemen.
And YouTube.
We just simulcast our newscast / the live stream. So that was kind of just an interesting take on things. So I'm gonna, for the folks that are on this stream right now, I'm gonna flip this back to radar. I'm gonna step a little bit off camera here in just a second. We'll kind of talk through what we're seeing, just in a more direct way. Now that
Yep, there we go. Now let's show 3-over. You have to show 3-overs on this map now.
We're gonna be on air until 6:30. Once the newscast wraps up, we're gonna continue our coverage on Facebook and YouTube, as you are probably watching
many of you on this little device here. So we appreciate you guys tuning in. So 60 mile per hour winds, that's the main threat with this line that continues to push east. Just the fact these storms are moving pretty fast as well, 60 to 65 miles per hour, definitely has our attention, because anytime you have storms moving 60 plus miles an hour, it doesn't take that much to get some decent wind speeds with this. I'm going to just check really quick, check in with the National Weather Service and just see if there's any reports already, because our camera was already moving around a decent amount. But if you hear me get quiet in a second, it's because Andy is doing his job over there, anchoring our newscast, so you guys are getting a little bit behind the scenes. Like I said, I'm able to talk right now because we are in a commercial break. Let's see. Just seeing if there's been any confirmed wind gust reports so far. Nothing too substantial. Nothing to report just yet. A Michigan City buoy, so that's like offshore in Indiana, reported a gust of about 50 miles an hour. So sub-severe there, but the potential for those 60 plus, which is, by the way, enough to do at the very least some minor damage. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Again, we're going to be kind of double duty here for a second. In a minute, I'm going to have to step over off camera. Maybe. Let's see if I can take you all with me. This will be fun. Okay. I'm going to have to stop talking in a second. But we won't lose the graphics. So,
10 seconds. Okay, you're next. Okay, wow.
That's pretty neat. You see how it works.
Welcome back to the Channel 3. The Fire Keepers Casino Hotel Championship is making its return to the spot to the twist. Douglas Golf Club is now ready for the Epsom Tour and set both the Fire Keepers Championship Casino. The Epsom Tour is on Marshall Hall. And Douglas Golf Club takes it from the top. Douglas 3-9 staff members that is working hard to adjustments. Was asked for it from Sanders and Jackson. With 300 volunteers ready for the coming weekend, was excited to show golf. What it has to offer. This one's 30 seconds to be a cat, and then we'll be right back.
again, I'll be able to talk a little bit more once our show wraps up in a few minutes.
Here in round one, let's get underway on Friday. If people are speaking for, they might into an end. Far too soon, but we made it on the side of the without cancer. This dream is in there. It was more foundations, kind of using this message, but find your limits. They're all. It's honor.
We don't have dueling.
So again, we're wrapping up our newscast on TV. That's why I'm not talking currently, but we'll be able to talk at length here in a second.
Five, stand by.
Yep, so we are under a watch. Nope, we're actually not under a warning now.
And as expected, this line of strong severe storm pushing in now. We already have some dust pushing conditions in Indiana over 50 miles per hour. So I would be shocked if there is 50 to 60 mile per hour winds. Speak numerous events up and down higher lakes or in the lakeshore counties. So right now, they're waiting for 45 minutes. Goes this line to continue to track east at highway speeds of like 60 to 65 miles an hour. So anytime someone moves 60 plus miles an hour, that has their attention. But again, this is just round one. Round two comes tomorrow.
Stay with us, well, you're on live tonight, for Vegas. What's up?
All right, thanks guys. We're still on this live stream, just so everybody's aware.
You thinking of his tie?
You enjoy your dinner, sir? Okay. Yeah, my dinner is gonna be at like maybe 9. Maybe I'll start some food down before our late night show. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're the man, Jesse. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna put that up. Jesse, I don't need to do a cut in right now on TV, but probably my plan is just like as more issue as the evening goes on, I'll probably do more. But
Well, I'm here until Derek comes to relieve me, so whatever you need to go live, let me know.
Okay, are you in the studio, or are you gonna be direct?
I'll be direct.
Okay, cool. Just maybe leave my mic on so I can just talk to you in there. Does that work?
How much time do you have?
Let's see. Hold on, everybody. 4 hours and 5 minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna get letter 2 charging, so if we have to swap you out,
Okay.
we just hot swap.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're looking probably at the next like 2 hours at least. It's gonna be a fun next few hours, y'all. It's gonna be busy. All right, so as you know, if you're in a Lakeshore County right now, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning, and most of those continuing for at least another 30 minutes in most cases. Let me flip this so I can get the graphics a little bit bigger. You can also now read some of your comments, so I appreciate everybody that's been coming in. Nancy saying heavy winds in Hartford. Yeah, you're right, kind of the thick of it. You know, the leading edge of this on radar, some of the strongest winds are going to be like right ahead of that leading edge. And wind speeds as estimated by radar that I was seeing pretty impressive, especially right now.
We're watching channel 3 right now, so yeah.
Now that's going to be hitting some elevated areas in radar. However, there's, and I'll switch that over here in just a second. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. But definitely some strong winds right now in Van Buren and Ottawa counties. So we'll zoom in a little bit and show you what I'm talking about.
Ooh, Lawrence.
I'm also going to move in just a second. All right. I'm on a little rolly cart thing. Like my new toy? It's very nifty, isn't it? A little standing cart. Okay. So here's what I was talking about, everybody. Let's switch this over to velocity. So those bright greens right now centered on, yeah, that makes sense based on that report that was from Hartford that you all would be seeing some pretty strong storms. Sirens are going. That's interesting. I'm never going to say they shouldn't be necessarily, but there's no tornado warning. But sometimes we get these, like a local emergency management office will just kind of decide to do that if they think that the storm warrants it. Typically, we would not see sirens sounded for severe thunderstorms unless they were warned with a severe tag or a significant tag of 70 plus miles per hour, which is not the case right now. I'm not faulting them for doing that. However, let me know where that is. And if any of you that are saying it's raining really hard and the wind is howling, hunker down, just stay inside away from windows. Once this blows through, if you see any downed trees in your backyard or anything like that, feel free to send them our way. Looks like an outage already in South Haven from Travis. Appreciate that. Gwen, Gwen, good to see you on here. You're saying it's coming at the lake right now. All right, so let me just show you what I'm talking about, everybody. I'm going to turn off some of these really briefly. So these are those really potent wind gusts that people are seeing. Yeah, so 63 mile per hour wind speed estimated. That's like between South Haven and Covert. Up a little closer to Ganges, 65 mile per hour winds. yeah, I mean, this is all right up along I-196 right now. So Saugatuck, Fenville area, Holland, you're probably going to see the wind really picking up if you haven't already. And then like Lawrence, you're going to be next. Arlington, Breedsville, Grand Junction, Blueberry Farms out there are going to see some strong winds moving through. All right, it does look like we might have a new warning, possibly for Kalamazoo. Yep, maybe. Let's see. I don't know if it's filtered into our system yet. It does look like we just got a new warning though. It's going to include Berry County and Kalamazoo County. With that, we're going to do a quick cut in on TV as well.
Okay, they should warn for Kalamazoo County.
Jesse, if you're listening, I am still on IFB, at least it should be. Are you there, Jesse?
Okay, they're cutting the TV programming because Kalamazoo County got issued. Kalamazoo County has got issued a warning.
Okay.
Still in Kalamazoo, so.
There it is. Okay, so there's our new warning. Basically, to no surprise, but it's been extended now to include Kent, Kalamazoo, and Erie counties, and a tiny sliver of St. Joseph County as well. This new warning goes through 7:30 p.m. So
Kalamazoo County, Michigan.
Wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, and there could be some small hail. I'm less concerned with the hail though. So yeah, all of Kalamazoo County. Time to hunker down. Don't go run to Taco Bell right now. Not a good idea. Just wait it out. I know on radar these storms might not look
The organic natural foods and stuff.
quickly, and so it doesn't take a lot.
We're saying we can to help you feel better. Coming up for drinking.
There's just so much energy. That's like fuel for these thunderstorms. Let me call Jesse really quick. He might not even be in place yet because this is hitting so close.
That was different.
All right, so yeah, I'm coordinating with our director Jesse, who you heard off camera. Hey dude, let's do a quick cutting on TV because okay, classic. Okay, we'll just I am on IFP. So
We are reporting with low temperatures near 70. It's warming lucky on Thursday again with highs in the upper 80s.
So we're having a little technical issue. That's classic right now. So hopefully we can get on soon. Let me. I'm just gonna get my bearings a little bit, and then we're gonna go through and kind of comb through this radar data. One thing right now that's a good sign is. Let's see. I was kind of scanning for any possible rotation, and I don't really see much of that. Based on what I'm looking at on radar, so that's a good thing. I think this is primarily just straight line wind. And that was what I thought this was
Screwed
primarily
up.
going to be just damaging wind gusts with this line, which is definitely verifying so
It's
far.
getting darker out there,
These
but
on radar don't look indicative of anything. Like
we do got some near us, but not exactly near us.
Looks like they're running.
Okay.
Are open now.
It's raining in South Haven, Lawrence, Decatur,
Jesse, I know you guys are working on
Bridge-
it. If you guys could just go to
Rain Bridge.
that'd be great.
Paw Paw Lake. It's raining.
All right, so we're getting ready. This is the fun part of doing a live stream.
Have you found the right radio station, my friend? Legendary artist, classic songs. This is WRCI.
So yeah, up in Newaygo County. So Newaygo County was just added.
Okay, they say Newaygo County's the warning, so that's upstate past
If you're
Grand
right,
Rapids.
Newaygo County, Kent County, Kalamazoo, Berry County. You have just a few more minutes before this line pushes in. It does have a history of 50 plus miles.
It does have you watch at Cornwall Channel 3 showing.
I am going to circle back here. Okay. Okay, great. Thanks, man. Hey, are you running open to Chroma? Did you hear that? Okay, are you able to do that? Could we just do open to Chroma with graphics?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, yeah. We got a little bit of time, but yeah, as soon as you can, just let me know.
You're gonna enter the news program.
So right now, we switch this over to velocities. Some of the strongest wind speeds are being indicated through portions of Ottawa County up into the Holland area, and then also especially Allegan County. So Allegan, if you're not seeing really strong winds yet, these bright greens that you're seeing.
South Haven, okay.
That's where we have the best potential for 60 plus mile per hour winds. A little farther south down this line, not jumping off the page quite as
Okemo.
much, But just the fact these storms, again, are moving like 60 miles per hour, they kind of carry that momentum.
Ranger, Calvin, Niles.
So anytime a storm is moving 60 plus miles an hour,
Chickamauga?
For that storm,
Chickamauga, Michigan?
bring down some higher wind speeds.
And
you're good.
we're staying on, guys. We're not going off till we lose power.
At least it's severe thunderstorms and not tornadoes. At least for now.
It's up and running now, so you should be able to do it.
Okay. So again, if you're just joining us on the stream, we're coordinating a TV cut in here shortly, so you'll be able to watch on News Channel 3. We also have our alert bar on the bottom. I'm not going anywhere though. If you're streaming with us on Facebook or YouTube,
I'm still on YouTube.
Stay live there until the threat subsides this evening. I'm doing some things off camera, but you can kind of see this line. It's pretty potent that continues to move in, and everyone along this entire leading edge. Potential of 60 plus.
So, guys, we are staying on now. Channel 3 is actually on YouTube right now doing a live thing, so we're staying on. We're not going. We're staying on. We're not going anywhere. Channel 3 has been doing this for a few minutes now, and we're going to stick with Channel 3. And right now, they say shoot at Kalamazoo County and Nuevo County, so we're staying on until further notice. I know no one's watching right now, but I'm keeping this even if I archive this, I'm keeping it.
County. Great. All right. So Allegan County Police reports trees, wires down one from the road. Hey, yeah, I can, Jesse. It's 109th Ave in Allegan. Looks like some tree damage. Okay, Jesse, are you pretty much ready to go? Okay.
I have to get the camera out. Camera's out.
But the gust front of this line, which is the rain cooled air surging out ahead of the storm,
Okay, where are we at now?
is likely to arrive. And
I'll be back and use the restroom real quick.
Where you see precipitation on radar. So, the leading edge of that heavy rain right now. Okay, sounds good. Okay, we're gonna do a quick cut in on TV. Jesse, I'm going to see how this looks. This will be a little test run. This will be an interesting little guinea pig on TV. I've never actually used it. All right, good evening, West Michigan. Meteorologist Will Haney interrupting our programming briefly to give you an update on our severe storms pushing through West Michigan as we speak. This entire line has severe thunderstorm warnings. We want you to be alerted to that, and also just the fact that you want to take this storm seriously. It has the history of 60 plus mile per hour wind gusts as it continues to march east at about 60 to 65 miles per hour. We have numerous severe thunderstorm warnings that have been rolled out within the last 5 minutes. That's why we're cutting in to just give you that
and
information.
liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for
County, Kalamazoo County, and then also Berry County and a small sliver of St. Joseph County. The newest set of warnings is going to go through 7:30 p.m. The threat with these storms is primarily 60 plus mile per hour winds. What you want to do is get inside, away from windows, and just hunker down for a little bit. Not the time to be out running errands as we speak. The thing about these storms too is the leading edge is almost a little misleading. Now, of course, the heavy rain now pushing towards, say, through the Hartford area, for example, Lawrence, probably entering into Pawpaw as we speak. But out ahead of this line, by maybe about 5-10 minutes, even before the rain arrives, you can feel a gust from that rain-cooled air kind of surging out from these storms. And even that has the potential.
Know the law, and remember, it's everybody's road.
We also already have a couple reports starting to trickle in. I've had a few folks on our Facebook Live and YouTube live stream chiming in that the power is already out in and around South Haven. I don't know if that's entire South Haven or not, but also some tree damage already being relayed from the National Weather Service in and around Allegan. So take this seriously, inside, away from windows, and even if you want to play it extra safe, treat it like a tornado warning. So our plan is
very Waterley, 3 Oaks, Kingsbury, Newark, Paul Harmon,
stay on TV and on the road.
It comes to all of the 65 miles per hour.
So this is tracking so fast that you
See Alpha immediately inside a 30-second and stay away from windows. Under fear thunderstorm warning. Central Time 45 p.m. Central Daylight Time, or 6:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the following counties. Indiana, report St. Joseph and the following
yeah, we
counties.
have sequence of variant Indiana and Kalamazoo,
This is
all of our lakeshore counties. Your warnings are going to continue for another, I would say, 15 to 20 minutes in most cases, but then the severe thunderstorm warning in Kalamazoo, Kent, and Bexar County continuing through 7:30 p.m. So again, as new warnings are issued, we'll cut in here on air, but we'll continue the conversation over on our Facebook Live and our YouTube Live pages, and we'll leave you and head back to our regularly scheduled program. Thank you. All right. I never know how to wrap those up. I'm really bad at wrapping them up. Jesse, our director, just said, say weather done now. It's not really done now. I think that's what's hard, is like, for severe thunderstorm warnings, we traditionally just will do a cut in, unless it's significant, unless we're talking like 70 plus mile per hour wind gust potential, or like certainly higher than that, then we're going to stay wall to wall and treat it like it's a tornado. But right now, as I see it, this is a pretty straightforward situation. Strong line of storms coming in. If you're in a warning, hunker down, stay safe.
I'm actually halfway in a warning, halfway not in a
Stay
warning.
inside. Don't wait to watch this.
Half the town's in a warning, half the town is not.
Like I was saying, it just takes one strong wind gust to knock out a bigger limb or a tree or something like that, and be in that situation quickly, because these gusts are going to arrive ahead of the main line of rain. Let me see if any storm reports have already trickled in. It does look like one, maybe a couple now. Let's see. So it looks like one gust in Benton Harbor. Let's see what that is. 63. And that was just after that, man. So yeah, that was well ahead of the line of storms. 60 miles per hour at 6:15 in Waterloo. And so 60 miles per hour, just as a refresher, about 60 mile per hour, that's the threshold where we get. Oftentimes you're more significant severe thunderstorm damage. So like some small to medium sized trees can get uprooted fairly easily. And honestly, some larger trees too, depending on their health and root structure and soil saturation, a lot of other things. It does look like multiple trees down in and around Holland. That's just based on a report about 15 minutes ago in the Holland area. And we, again, had some reports in Allegan as well. So it seems like Allegan and portions of Ottawa County, right along I-196, took quite the brunt of this storm initially. But again, this is the line right now. And one good thing is the radar is not showing. Wait, let's see real quick. Yeah. Let me flip this back over to velocity just to show you all what I'm talking about. So yeah, some really strong wind potential. Yeah, that little pocket there, even on the back side of the system, like behind the leading edge, the severe thunderstorm warning continues through 7 for Allegan, Ottawa, and Van Buren counties, and then through 7:30 it was, right, through, for Kalamazoo County. But what we're looking for here is these brighter greens that you see, those brighter colors. I'm going to turn off the warnings really quickly and we'll get an estimated wind speeds. Another pocket I was seeing is right along, 196 up in Ottawa County. Looks pretty brutal right now. Friesland up into Jamestown. That's like right in the Hudsonville area, for example. That looks not great. That little pocket that you see right there, some bright greens.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Hey, restroom.
Eventually blow into Grand Rapids.
We are going to do something real quick here. So give me a second here.
Can detect precipitation and how fast.
Okay, Kentwood.
So
Jamestown, by Center Door, Oversville.
Necessarily going to see on radar. So this is
Olive, Brandon, Allendale, Grand Rapids.
On where the precipitation is, but
give me a hot second, guys. Let me just get.
Kent County, even though the radar is showing these primarily in Ottawa.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, you're seeing radar verification there, 50 to 60 plus miles.
This
per
was on
hour
TV
wind
tonight.
speed, 55. You know, I just
I'm staying on, guys. I'm not going anywhere. Now 13's talk about the storms, but we're not going to. I'm going to do 3 because 3 covers our area.
That is behind the leading edge of the storms.
Okay, blowing out your head.
To me. Typically, I would expect strongest winds right now to be pushing into Kalamazoo County as we speak. We're talking like the Padawan area is probably right in the thick of it right now.
It's windy, so I don't know. Should I get? I'm going to have to get a camera maybe set up. I might get a camera set up just in case. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. If I lose power, I will get. I do have a camera I can use. I don't know if I charge any other camera with that.
Definitely be inside, away from windows right now, and preferably, you know, like a kind of more interior room. So don't be like sitting in your living room, and get to a hallway or like a kitchen, just wait it out. And especially if you have a lot of mature trees on your property. If you have a lot of mature trees, especially if there's ones that are putting off, maybe getting trimmed or maintained, especially more mature, older trees, and you just want to play it extra safe, I would just get to your basement if you have one. We're just the lowest floor possible.
Chicago Fire, not watching that.
Don't have any active tornado warnings in effect right now. This setup tonight is really not conducive for tornadoes. It's not impossible. It's not a zero threat of tornadoes, but it is very low. You've heard me talk about this during our full forecast. If you were watching on air, there's another round of storms tomorrow that is perhaps a little bit more potent as far as a all-hazard threat for tomorrow. Similar timing too, like around dinner time.
Wow, that's surprising.
Later, but the ingredients tomorrow are a bit more potent. The good news is I switched this over to a slightly different velocity product. This is storm relative velocity, so it kind of takes out the storm motion of the equation. So the fact that the storms are moving so quickly, then we're going to expect some brighter colors, but it takes that storm motion out of it a little bit. So storm relative just meaning we're able to see any sort of like rotation a little bit easier. And I was not seeing any of that, but we are still seeing some really bright colors here on radar. Some of the strongest wind speeds probably noted in Ottawa County as I see it. Not quite as significant, but still strong down into Allegan. That's the M40, M40 from Allegan down to Gobles, eventually towards like the Pawpaw area. Or Matawan, you're seeing.
Yeah, I should archive my stuff better. But yeah,
I'm gonna flip this.
We do have a plan, guys, called duck and cover right over there. I got tons of pills and stuff. If I have to, I'll duck and cover. Okay, they're showing near Antwerp, Decatur.
Nothing too significant.
I don't know. Oh, Ross, I've been to Ross Township.
Ottawa County. Curious, there's some new. 1 second. Yeah, there's just so much heat and humidity ahead of these storms, so they have a lot to work with. I mean, we're talking very high instability, so rising motion in the atmosphere.
I'm gonna go on the cameras.
There's not a ton of shear though, which is what's saving us right now. So it looks like, yeah, like 15 miles per hour low level shear. That's not a ton. And in fact, the shear in the entire lower atmosphere is also very minimal. And so that is what's limiting our tornado threat tonight. This is good news. It looks like the southern flank of the storm has kind of collapsed a little bit across Cass County. So we don't have a new warning that's been issued for St. Joe County, by the way. So that could be a good sign that it's maybe weakening a little bit.
Is the warning over with, or are we still have a warning?
A strong line that's working its way.
Oh, what are they ending for us? We're done.
Into Ottawa and then eventually Kalamazoo and Berry County. In fact, some of the storm is going to be pushing into the lakeshore here very shortly. Or sorry, in Kalamazoo here very shortly. Crossing 131.
I think the warning's ended, guys.
Let's see.
The warning ended. We're done.
No new warnings.
I mean, yeah, we'll stay on this though. We're not gonna go off. We're staying on this though. I think the warning's over with, guys. But
and just a reminder. So our
we'll stay on this
network app, and I'm not just plugging this to plug it. I think people think sometimes that we do that. it really is a good tool. You know, like all of these alerts that we've gotten this evening have come through on my mobile device, which is very, very helpful. And it's very straightforward, like to go on there, go on our radar.
I'm going to check the weather report.
Where the storms are, where the alerts are.
I'm staying on. I'm not going anywhere, guys. We're staying on.
A bunch of different overlays as well.
Until that rain comes.
And
Okay, I checked 2 cameras. We have 2 cameras
where
are
you're
good right now.
Click on my location and see all the alerts in effect.
But we're going to
More
stay.
importantly, this, like I said, this is a pretty straightforward situation. We have a strong line of storms pushing in. We just wait it out. There's no active tornado threat with this, but the potential for 60 plus mile per hour winds is still enough to bring down some decent sized trees and some limbs and cause outages. So what I'm going to do now is flip this. I'm looking at a few different screens down
You
here.
see here.
But let me
We
see.
still have a warning, guys.
Winds just hit Stadium in Drake. Thanks, Elizabeth. Still nothing in Wayland. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit longer, probably within the next 15 minutes before that gust front pushes through Wayland.
I think the warnings are not done with.
So, Grant asking how are things
Yeah, the warnings are done.
coming home at that time.
We got to watch until 11 tonight.
As well. Maybe go ahead.
We're staying on this stuff for
I think
notice.
the thing is, Grant, I'm not expecting severe storms really much past 11. We might still see some rain and storms kind of behind.
The warnings have been gone, guys. We're staying on this, okay? Okay.
That leading edge. However, I think our severe threat, our watch, it goes through 11 p.m., so that's a good sign as far as second/third shifters. Ashmo, it sounds like. Ashmo, exclamation mark, Carol. So I would imagine maybe you're saying it's hitting there.
It's right now.
Scout Creek is going to see this.
Cass County right now.
To be seen whether we'll see that warning extended to Calhoun County. I would put that as pretty likely, though, based on the indications.
I'm staying on. I mean, the warning did end for us, but I'm just going to stay on for a little bit longer.
Let me really quickly, let me think how I can do this. Let me see here. Give me a second, everybody. I'm going to pull up the Consumers Energy outage map and hopefully not crash our live stream. That would be tragic. All right, hold on. It's just taking me a second. I'm looking at about 4 different screens right now. 5 if you include actually 6, believe it or not. Let's see.
6 screens, damn.
No, it's not what I want. Let's see. Winds are picking up in South Portage. Thanks, Johnny. Oh yeah, no problem, Brant. I don't know. I'm not going to try your last name though, Brant. Ingber. I lied. I'll try it. Ingber. Let's see. Oh no, Casey's saying her table and chairs just blew off the deck in Nobles. That's not good.
Wow.
All right, Westwood got dark. Power's back on. These are really helpful, everybody. I appreciate. Oh, there it is. It's hitting our building. Just felt that. I heard it. The wind's howling up there. All right. Tempted to go outside, but I'm not going to. That would be stupid. Okay. Let me get a closer look at what's going on here. See how that makes sense? Yeah, these storms, man, they're moving fast. They're moving 60, 65 miles an hour. I shouldn't be surprised, but I think it came in quick. But pretty much right on schedule. Maybe a little, these things accelerated a little bit, so my initial timing might have been a little bit late, actually, believe it or not. I had these kind of pushing in near the lakeshore between 6:30 and 7 in my initial estimate.
7 now.
8, that was being modeled. So these are moving through a little faster or earlier than was modeled. Which means they're able to tap into a little bit more energy, but it also means hopefully our severe weather threat will be winding down quicker. That's at least our hope. All right, back to this. Let me see if I can think about how I'm going to do this. Pull this up. Okay, not a ton of, it's a decent amount. We already have, so there's already about 18,000 folks without power. very scattered outages, it looks like, mainly Van Buren, Allegan, Ottawa counties. So, not super surprising we're starting to see that. Let me show you all what I'm talking about and let you all in on that. Let's see. You probably can't hear that. The wind is like starting to shake our roof a little bit. I'm not overly concerned, but 50 plus 60 plus mile per hour winds certainly are possible. All right, let me quickly, and hopefully, like I said, not crash the computer. That would be very tragic. Don't crash the computer. Let's get good don't crash the computer vibes. Thank you. Okay. So this is the consumer's energy outage map. All those little polygons that you see there are little scattered outages. So it looks like numerous, just a few in and around Holland. The orange boxes that you see, those are customers 200 to 1,000, and then anything red is 1,000 plus. So, as you get a little bit more populated, like the Wyoming area, Granville, just south of Grand Rapids, there's a decent outage. And then you got some, let's see, where's that? Let's go Ottawa County. Now we'll go down into Allegan. Looks like just east of Saugatuck and maybe Fenville. Parts of Fenville area probably out of power, but it's again, yeah, Fenville on the south side, decent outage near Pearl. And then another big one, this red one, Pullman, if you're out in Pullman right now, you're out of power. And then they're also starting on the, in the Van Buren into Kalamazoo County area now too. So yeah, these are strong wind gusts. Anytime we're getting the verification of this many outages this quickly, these are 60 plus mile per hour winds that are coming through. And it's not going to be a steady 60 mile per hour wind, but as I'm hearing on the roof, it's kind of ebbs and flows where you get those stronger wind gusts. It also looks like numerous outages now up towards Gloucester, for example. So they're starting to creep into Berry County. So Berry County, within the next 20 to 30 minutes, this is going to blow through for you. Looks like an outage as well, just south of Westlake in Portage. That would be like near Osterhout.
Grand Rapids.
Yeah, right there. So there's numerous outages already coming through. This is just the consumer's energy outage map. You can check it out for
The
yourself.
National Weather Service in Grand Rapids has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Allegan County in southwestern Michigan until 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 6:59 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Whalen, or 13 miles northeast of Allegan, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Whalen, Otsego, Plainwell, Martin, Dora, Moline, Green Lake, Bradley, Shelbyville. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building.
So Allegan, technically, you're not in Allegan County. So we're talking like Hopkins, the Martin area, for example.
Okay, guys, a new warning has got issued. A warning has got issued for. New warning has got issued.
Right in the thick of it right now. This storm will be advancing across M43 in Berry County. So we're talking to you like up towards Gold Lake, just north of there, Hickory Corners, there in saw a tornado. Earlier this year, it's been an active year for you all. Now it's just a straight line wind threat, but
Okay, I gotta grab something.
Winds. And it looks like the main wind threat, again, is going to be right along the leading edge.
It's 7:01 right now on the East
A
Coast.
little farther to the east.
And that's it.
And Cooper Township, you're getting some decent winds right now as well. On radar, that doesn't look that menacing, but I think it's just the fact that these are moving so quickly. There's just so much energy out there that these storms.
Not frost yet.
So yeah, let me go back really quickly. I want to see something.
I gotta
Think about our live cameras as well. See if there's anything that I can.
Orangeville, Martin, Allegan. Hope, Hastings, Thornapple, Door,
Very
Hopkins.
favorable.
Okay, all the places are. You? Yeah.
Yeah. I have to find a spot for my water bottle. See, I'm right up into Gun Lake area. Yankee Springs.
Copper, Richland,
Hopefully not too many.
Kalamazoo,
trees
Portage,
taken right
Charleston,
now.
Barry, Schoolcraft.
Still no warning though in Calhoun. That's pretty intriguing to me. I think if we're gonna see one, it'll be in the next few minutes. And then at that point, we'll do a new cut-in.
I'm not gonna risk staying off because we're.
Andy, you just shot some video. Let's see. That's pretty cool. You all probably can't see that very well. No. Yeah, pretty strong. Wind picking up. Andy Benignani is at a little get together with some friends downtown, and he just sent me a video. Then, whoa, yeah, moving around some of the patio furniture.
Have some lunch.
Yeah, hopefully everyone's patio
hungry.
furniture and
I'm hungry.
doing okay.
Like,
this
no, I
evening.
already had dinner. I'm joking that. I'm fine.
But,
I'm
you
just
know, that
relaxing.
was probably several minutes ago.
I wish I,
So,
yeah, I wish I wasn't friends with one of those.
you know, it's certainly possible. Like, for example, Hastings, Barry, the wind's probably already picking up, even though on radar the storms haven't like arrived yet.
I haven't touched Michigan yet. I haven't touched my area yet.
Seen the gusts. Yeah, like the rain is just hitting, I think, our roof in Kalamazoo, and it's not even that impressive right now. We're like right on the tail end of the hill. So,
Oh,
starting to hear the thunder. But think about that. I mean, it was at least like 5-10 minutes ago. I lose track of time on these things. But it was at least like probably 5-10 minutes ago if you guys were watching. Oh, I'm hearing the wind out there. So the wind is going to precede the storms by at least like 10 to 15 minutes.
okay. Now it's getting darker out.
You know, maybe.
Now it's getting dark out, but still no rain. I'm gonna.
Yeah, you don't want to just go off of radar alone as far as when the wind is going to pick up.
It is getting darker out, but still no rain.
But I still don't foresee any tornado threat. Nothing that I'm seeing here is the early workings of this storm trying to produce a tornado. These extend, by the way, all the way up into Lake and Wayne counties. Grand Rapids, seeing some strong winds right now. Let me see. What is this?
Itachi.
Probably south. Alright. So bear with me. I'm going to do something really quick. We're going road.
Darker.
Stand by. I'm going to flip this to a couple different cameras. Alright, let me see. I'm getting some messages on my Facebook, which is never good. Well, sorry, that sounded really bad. No, it's just never a good sign when I start getting blown up on Messenger during these things, because that's usually people sending in like damage reports and things like that. Yep. That's what
It's windy now. It's real windy now here in 3 hours.
That's a big, large tree down, if you can see that.
A lot of wind here in 3 hours.
I know I'm a tiny little screen, but big, mature tree from Joni. Appreciate you. All right.
Wind's coming now in 3 hours.
Still a severe thunderstorm watch area wide through 11 p.m. Wow. Okay.
My tree
That's the
falls
only
down
damage photo I have. But yeah, at least some trees down in and around Kalamazoo. Surprised by. All right, let's flip this around and see some different cameras. So that's downtown Grand Rapids right now. Some really heavy rain. Allegan. Anything too crazy. I mean, Allegan is out of it as far as the severe. We've got Battle Creek.
There goes the wind.
Can't really turn that camera around too much. And here's downtown Kalamazoo. Seeing the lightning, seeing the thunder to the north primarily of downtown, but the main wind gust threat is somewhat diminishing in and around Kalamazoo as we speak. So Allegan, let's see. Yeah, South Haven, I mean, you're pretty much good to go as far as the threats. they're pretty much winding down. You know, we'll be on guard for some additional storms late tonight, but overall, our main window, which is a question I'm sure a lot of you are asking, our main window is really between now and about 11 p.m. Notice how as well some severe thunderstorm warnings have popped to our east. Over on the east side, they now have some severe storms out ahead of this main line. And it does look like they went with just a special weather statement down here. So that white box that you're seeing there, nothing to be overly concerned with or anything, but Three Rivers is basically like a step below a severe thunderstorm warning. It's basically just like the National Weather Service saying, hey, this is a strong storm, but just not quite at the threshold for a severe thunderstorm warning. So,
Guys.
of course.
Okay. I got all my camera.
My guess though, that is some gusts, probably like up to 40.
Hey guys,
my guess.
within seconds it has got dark outside. This is Channel 3 on YouTube, and next to sky, it's all the sky.
East Grand Rapids, that was just a few minutes ago now.
It's got darker all of a sudden. You guys are seeing it. I'm also live right now on YouTube right now, but this is going to come out a couple days later. But yeah, it's got dark outside all of a sudden. We're gonna go on the porch real quick.
On that Three Rivers storm, so gusts up to 50. So if you're in Three Rivers right now, that gust potential is up to about 50 miles per hour. Still enough to do some minor damage, but a lot more significant of a situation if you're in Kalamazoo or Berry County. Kent County as well, there's some confirmed 55 plus mile per hour wind gusts. And these warnings are all for wind speeds up to 60 miles per hour. The new warning is for Montcalm and Mecosta counties, also for 60 mile per hour wind gusts noted by the National Weather Service. The fact we're not seeing that wind tag get upgraded any is a good sign. But yeah, some of the strongest wind is going to begin pushing out of Grand Rapids into Lowell, for example. We don't have a new warning yet in Ionia County. I'm honestly surprised we haven't seen one yet. But I will say, these aren't looking quite as potent as they were just a little bit ago. Although now I'm seeing this reflectivity start to jump up a little bit near the radar in Ada. Let's query this really quick. Okay, so yeah, see, like that's weaker considerably. I'm just querying, clicking basically different pixels on the radar. So that's likely why we haven't seen that warning extended. The wind has definitely come down a little bit, the upper limit of this wind. You know, 45 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts, I've seen 50 mile an hour wind gusts still do damage. That's still strong enough to do maybe some isolated outages, but it's definitely weakened somewhat from a little earlier. And I'm just gonna do a quick scan, kind of like doing an X-ray of these storms, just to make sure they're not doing anything too squirrely. I'm reading a book right now, and in the book, this isn't, by the way, the reason why I'm reading it. But the mom in the book is a meteorologist, and I'm totally gonna steal this, but she, tracking severe storms, says we gotta interrogate the storm. And I think that's kind of a good thing. That's kind of what we do. We're like interrogating these storms and making sure.
Okay, I'll be back in a hot second. I gotta go pee.
Together from a rotation standpoint. I don't see anything really jumping off the page here, which is good. I'm just gonna switch over to a different radar that I'm looking at down here. You know, sometimes with these lines you can get some unique interactions, but I don't really see anything that's overly concerning right now. I was kind of keeping an eye on a little area a little closer to Hastings, but nothing really big. Maybe you're done. I'm just looking really quickly, everybody. Yeah, there's just not, the thing with today is there's just not a lot of wind shear for these storms to work with. So it's a very, these are just being fueled by all that heat and humidity we saw, in part. A lot of moisture in the atmosphere too. What's interesting is at least at the station, we dodged it's a really heavy rain because I didn't really hear anything too torrential out on our roof, and our roof is metal, so you hear it pretty loud. Yeah, so Hastings right now is probably going to pick up.
It is darky. It is getting dark outside.
Counties that continues for another 20 minutes.
I'll show you guys on the camera now.
Early, for Kalamazoo County as these storms.
It's got dark outside, but it is not
these are moving at
raining yet.
65 miles per hour, so they're moving really fast.
You guys can see right now the camera on the camcorder here, which you guys will see in a future date on YouTube.
Potential with this has come down slightly is probably why we have not seen a new warning issued. Right. Wish my screen that I was looking at was a little bigger.
I'll be right back. I'm going to take the camera right now with me.
All right. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, just doing a little kind of storm x-ray there. Looking at it with some different products just to make sure. Does look like we have a new warning that now includes Battle Creek and Eaton County. So I'm going to do a quick cut in. Jesse, are you listening? Get Jesse. Hey, what's on our air right now? Do you know? Is it Jeopardy? Okay, we're going to do another quick cut in if we can. Same deal, Jesse. We'll just cut in, cut out after elected. Thank you. All right, so Jesse, our director, is going to get in contact with our master control. But it looks like this new warning for Calhoun, Eaton County, and Ione County is also for 60 mile per hour winds. That goes through 8:15 p.m. So you got another hour on that one. So again, shouldn't be a surprise. The storm still has a history of 50, 60 plus mile per hour wind gusts. And so that's why we're seeing. Yes. Give me just 1 second, Jesse. All right. Jesse, can you see my, this is fine. All right, I'm good, Jesse. Whenever you are. All right, we're going to do a quick cut in on TV as well. All right, hopping on here just to provide another update for this line of severe storms that continues to track east across our area, pushing at about 60 to 65 miles per hour. This entire leading edge of the storm, with the exception of St. Joe County, has severe thunderstorm warnings associated with it. The reason why we're interrupting our programming briefly is just to relay the message that now Calhoun, Eaton, and Ione counties have been added in the latest batch of warnings. Those warnings are going to continue through 8 p.m. Right now, the info that you're seeing on your screen is for the Kalamazoo County warning, but also Berry County. We've already seen some reports of some trees down in and around places like Allegan, Ottawa.
That guy is doing something, so we got warning.
Kalamazoo just had a viewer send me a
And a
picture
watch.
of a pretty large tree down. She says downtown Kalamazoo. But I'll zoom in here on the leading edge. We're going to show you kind of where this line is heading. It's moving right along I-94, again, at highway speed of like 60 to 65 miles per hour. Right now, Hastings, you're seeing the brunt of those storms.
We don't see anything out. We don't see anything right now here in Three Rivers. It's still dark. Just no rain in here in Three Rivers yet.
Well in advance of that. So as early as right now, Battle Creek could be seeing some 50 plus mile per hour winds. So between, about 5 to 10 minutes, you'll see or feel the wind really pick up before that rain and lightning approaches. That was exactly what we experienced here at the station. Our roof kind of rattling a little bit with those strong wind gusts, and then the rain started maybe 10, 15 minutes later. So just don't be shocked if you see some stronger wind gusts out ahead of this edge of thunderstorms. Now, the good news is, once these are in and out, we should be out of the woods as far as severe weather is concerned for the most part through after or after about 11 p.m. tonight, especially. That's where a lot.
Oh no, it's not.
Calhoun, Branch County should just need to be staying weather aware. Certainly in the Ionia, Montcalm, and Casa counties as well. We'll mention you all as well.
It's hot.
Just inside away from
wanna
windows and
do some
especially
stuff.
if you have larger mature trees in your yard or on your property, especially near the house. I would just take it extra safe and maybe head underground if you can, like the basement, or just at the very least like a hallway or something like that. So again, our latest active warnings continuing through 8 p.m. for Calhoun, Eaton County, and then also Berry County, and excuse me, through 8:15 p.m. I should say, for wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. We're going to continue to keep you updated. If we see some additional warnings rolled out from the National Weather Service, we will cut in here on News Channel 3. Again, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. That is not going anywhere until the threat subsides. The good news is no tornado warnings active right now, so we'll send it back to a regularly scheduled program. All right. So the TV update is done for now, but we'll see if we do another one if we see any new warnings. The good news is these storms really fizzled out farther south, in St. Joseph and Branch counties.
Well, a storm near White Pigeon.
A good amount of
Montville, White Pigeon has a storm. That's about it.
There's still possibly some 50, 60 mile per hour winds. So I just want to set the stage really quickly. So this is kind of the initial round of storms. There's now this other area down here in portions of Iowa, now entering into Illinois. That definitely has my attention. Some models were kind of bringing this through northern Illinois later tonight and then into northern Indiana. I'll have to look at the latest hour by hour and see what it's doing. Let's look at that together really quick as I try not to sneeze for some reason.
Poop.
Okay, that would be a first. I don't know if I've ever sneezed on the live stream.
I sneeze once or twice on the live stream.
So yeah, I think by like 8:30, this leading edge, this main line that we're tracking down is going to be out of here. And this doesn't show too much. There's that area of storms I was talking about. That doesn't look totally so models have kind of backed off on that possibility. It's not impossible. Like late tonight, I'll have to kind of look at the trajectory of that cluster of storms that we saw off to our southwest. And if it looks like it's tracking towards us, I'm talking about these. Towards Davenport, they're under a tornado warning right now. We do not have any threat of tornadoes. We just have straight line winds. I can maybe see. What do you think? How could I show that quickly? Let's see. Okay. Tall people problems. My standing desk is at its max height. I'm still like arching my back.
I got your shit.
So, Battle Creek. Let me hop over your comments on the stream, everybody. I apologize. I have to basically flip tabs on my computer, and so I'm not able to like watch the comments continually because I'm looking at, like I said, a lot of different things. Looks like very windy in Texas Corners. That was a little bit ago though. I'm a little bit behind on here. So yeah, if you're in Calhoun County, like Augusta, for example, out towards
Garrett, I'm gonna give
the recreation area there.
Doesn't matter.
Fort Custer, all those areas, Springfield. You're probably starting to see the really strong winds on the.
Well, no rain.
Moving into downtown here shortly.
There's some rain hanging towards here
That's a
soon.
great plan. In my basement with my flashlight. Never hurts to play it safe. You know, if you have the option, if you're not doing anything, especially like I said, if you have big trees in your yard, I would always say, maybe just hang out in the basement for the next like 20, 30 minutes, depending on your location. But yeah, just waiting until these things are through, just to be on the extra safe side. Again, this is not a tornado warning situation. These are all severe thunderstorm warnings, but I always an extra cautious guy. I know that's a very shocking thing when I'm
Hanover, Moscow,
and Ionia counties know that warning through 8:15.
Albion.
Ionia is probably starting to see the wind pick up as we speak. In fact, there's a lot more lightning. Not even a little bit. There's a lot more lightning with that cell pushing out of Kent County. So about
What
100
penis?
lightning strikes. within
My
that
house.
window that you're
I want to make
seeing
a I want to make a
Whereas
I
down
want to
here,
make a world record in 3 hours one of these days. You break world records all the time, Tyler.
Maybe not.
Mm.
Yeah, still a decent amount.
Athens,
About 80
Concha.
lightning strikes in that
Okay.
window. Okay, it's shrinking because I'm zooming in. And that's the other thing, I feel like a lot of jokes are made about Midwesterners and Michiganders about, dad going out in the lawn with a beer when these severe storms are approaching. I know it's a thing. But like, try to resist the urge. So just like, go stand in your front yard as 60-mile-per-hour winds are
I just did that.
ground lightning, because it just takes one bad gust or lightning strike to do really bad things. So just don't do that. Resist the Midwestern dad urge, as I would call it, myself included. If you got a covered porch or something like that, you might be able to get away with it. But once those storms and winds start picking up inside, away from windows, preferably. All right. Nothing new to report, which is good. I mean, other than the fact that there's still the potential for some really strong winds. Kind of an unchanging story as this line just continues to march farther east.
More wind, but no rain.
I'm keeping an eye on, see a little bit of some, let's see what that is. Nothing really too dramatic here, but just kind of making sure these storm boundaries don't do anything squirrely. By squirrely, I mean try and
Brownie, Michigan?
Like that. Basically, we're getting like an interaction of a couple different
Campbell,
edges
Michigan?
of the storms. So
Boston?
let's see if I can draw this really quickly. Like this little area, if you kind of see that shape right here interacting with this. And so sometimes like when these two different areas, oh my gosh, clicked the wrong thing. John Madden this as best I can. So yeah, sometimes when you get these just pockets of strong wind, you get with these lines, sometimes you can get, if there's two pockets of really strong winds moving just slightly different directions, that's where you can get like a short-lived little spin-up style tornado. And so that's what I'm just like keeping tabs on. I don't see that right now necessarily, but maybe like just something that caught my eye. That would be entering into Ionia County, but again, I don't see anything overly concerning right now, but I'm just keeping an eye on it. Like I said, we're going to continue to x-ray these storms and interrogate the storms, like I said a little earlier. So if you're in Ionia County, your warning is going to go for another almost an hour.
Portland, Dallas, Ionia.
And then Berry County, looks like the worst of it is through Hastings. It's now pushing into Castleton and eventually now Eaton County. So Bellevue, for example, Penfield Township.
Still not raining yet, or is it not raining yet? I don't know.
Here very shortly. Honestly, the wind is already, I'm sure, picking up in Penfield. Battle Creek downtown. Flip this over. I'm going to do this again really quickly. So there's South Haven. South Haven again. There's no threat right now in South Haven. What I'm going to do really quickly is just switch this over to some different camera views. There's not Battle Creek. There's Grand Rapids. Here's Battle Creek. Oh man, I wish I could turn that camera. Soon. I know we've had a lot of chatter. Not really, but we've had a few of you chime in that our Battle Creek camera needs some updating, and I agree, it does. It's a little hazy. It's an old camera. We're in the process of trying to get that updated. We've updated several of our cameras in the last couple years. It gives us the ability to like move it around, point it a few different directions, which is incredibly helpful on days like today. So for example, I can move our Kalamazoo camera here in just a second, and I'll show you that. You might get to see kind of the rear view of this storm.
Now it's starting to rain. And now it's raining.
Yeah, nothing too crazy to look at there. This looks like a stormy sky. Usually like the leading edge is what you want to look at. It's where you're gonna get like a shelf cloud potentially or something like that. All right, one thing I have not done. I wonder how quickly I can pull this up. Let me just also check in with the National Weather Service. So
Maybe shade that.
okay.
And show my face area.
Radar really quickly, so you're not just staring at this view over Battle Creek. So once this leading edge is through, there's some decent winds even behind the leading edge. It sounds like the National Weather Service kind of talking about that. You will feel the cooling effect of that rain.
Okay, now it's raining here in town.
I think that's why they're continuing that warning for Kalamazoo, at least for now. But yeah, if you're in Battle Creek, the wind is definitely picking up, and this storm complex has a history of producing a lot of outages as well. Okay, like I said, nothing. The good news is no tornado threat right now. It's back to you guys. Keep my hanging baskets down. Atlanta. Just reading your comments. Oh no. Melissa's saying possible fire in South Haven from a tree. Maybe lightning or a tree down taking. That's not good. Yeah, Kristen Miller saying she's far more concerned with tomorrow night's storms, and it's for good reason. We'll at the end of this, I'll wrap up and have a look at that. Winds heading downtown Battle Creek right now. That was just
Rexnard,
Jody, okay.
Ronar, ROX, and ROX, AND, Ronox,
There's too much going on.
Ronox, and
I'm gonna try and
Rodman, Michigan.
If it's not already, then we can show some things. Oh, down tree limbs. I'm just saying, Robin, Alan. Man. Yeah, we have a lot of photos already. In our pictures. Let me I'll do everybody. Just making sure there's nothing new. Some more velocity. Okay, it's picking up again. Hold on. Just want to highlight an area on radar that's starting to.
Okay, we're done, so I'm going to cut you guys off.
Yet again. Part of this could be because it's advanced. No, that's a downburst style cold pool.
Okay, guys, we're doing upstate, so we're done.
Warming is definitely warranted right now in Miami. If you see that, okay, watch. Let me play that back.
Okay.
Watch how that just red just starts to explode on the map.
Okay, we're done.
So that storm, that line, is starting to become a lot more downdraft dominant.